So hello everyone, it's sharp 6. Anyhow, dear educators, if you have any query, any doubt, you can ask me towards the end. I will unmute you all. The group will be open for further updates. I will be pasting the link in the activity-based learning group. You will be able to generate the certificate. Anyhow, if you feel inconvenient or facing any issue or problem, please feel free to get connected to me. I'm always there to help you out. Is my voice clear enough? So it's 6-1, and let's dive deep into the activity-based learning strategy for primary and middle school, my dear educators. So a very good evening to everyone for joining me today. And together we will learn, we will explore, and we will groom ourselves and upskill ourselves. I warmly welcome all of you for joining today's webinar on activity-based learning strategies for primary and middle school, my dear educators. As teachers, we all want that our classroom should be a place where children are actively involved. I hope you all will agree to it, curious and excited to learn. So, dear educators, activity-based learning or ABL, which we call in short, help us to achieve exactly that by shifting the focus from passive learning to active participation, or we call it as active learning also. So, dear educators, in today's webinar or in today's session, we will explore the practical strategies that can be easily implemented across different subjects. You may be a science teacher, maths teacher, social science teacher, or a Hindi teacher. And what all activities we as educators can conduct in our classroom that we are going to explore today. We will discuss how activities can make learning more engaging, meaningful, enjoyable, and connected to real life experience, my dear educators. The objective is not to add extra work for teachers because we are already overloaded with so many work, but to make our teaching more effective and learning more memorable for the students. Right? We still remember our teacher with whom we have a deep connection. I hope this session will provide useful ideas that you can immediately apply in your classrooms. So let's see what we are going to find out today. So, dear educators, before we move ahead, I would like you to think back to your own school days. So, when I discuss with you all, I also think in the same manner. What was your favorite classroom activity we enjoyed, right? And why we still remember that activity? Most of us remember the activities much more than lectures because we were actively involved in that learning process. We do not remember the subject. We remember, of course, the teacher and the activity which helped us and which we enjoyed. Why we did that time? Maybe we were not that much mature. This is the essence of activity based learning. Children learn best when they experience the things in their day to day life, explore, discuss, create rather than simply listening, right? So, as teachers, my dear educators, our goal is not just to teach content, but to create meaningful learning experience that stays with students for lifelong. So, dear educators, now let's understand what activity-based learning really means and how we can effectively use it in our classroom, in our day-to-day situations, right? To make our classroom more engaging and interactive. Like all the webinars, let's see what are the objective of today's webinar and what we are going to explore towards the end of the session. So let's deep dive together and find out what we are going to get. So before we begin, my dear educators, my dear friends, let's quickly look at the objectives of today's webinar. So dear educators, by the end of the session, We all will be able to first understand the concept, what exactly activity based learning is and why it is so important for each one of us as educators. Second, we will explore the significance in the foundational and middle years, right? And where children learn best through exploration, when they explore a lot and when they learn from hands on experience. Next is learn, we will discover, we will explore the classroom strategies that can be used in different subjects, what all we can do in different subjects, whether it's English, whether be it mathematics, science, or social science. We will understand the changing role of teacher in activity based learning. We are no more teachers, we are facilitators, we are mentors, we are guide. In activity based learning, the teacher became a guide rather than just delivering the lecture to the students. So let's find out. And finally, we will discuss the assessments regarding the activities so that learning can be evaluated. Whatever we have made the child understand, how we can assess it as an educator. By the end of the session, we will have practical ideas that we can apply and adapt in our own classroom regardless the subject we are teaching. Maybe we all are from different backgrounds, we all take care of different subjects, but how we can make the learning more meaningful and engaging, that we will explore in today's session. Dear educators, learning is a never ending process. So why activity based learning is important, we will explore that first. So activity based learning is a, we all know it's a teaching approach, it's a method of teaching, it's a way of teaching, right? Where students learn by participating, by involving, right? It can be an experiment, it can be a discussion, it can be a project, it can be game or role play and hands-on experience rather than simply listening to explanations. Practically, when the child will explore, find out, he or she will learn more. It is based on the principle of learning by doing, which we heard when we were small. When children actively engage in any activity with concepts, they understand, they remember the thing in a much more better way. So let's find out what are the key features, what are the silent features. Learning by doing. They are learning the things by practically exploring the things or finding the things. Children learn through various experiences. I believe you will all agree to it. Example, instead of teaching measurement, if you are a maths teacher, so instead of teaching measurement from a textbook, ask student to measure. See, we do not have to find extra resources or extra materials in order to make our learning more engaging and more impactful. So the child can measure the decks using a ruler, the notebook, the pencil box, the tiffin box, and so on. Child center approach, because the child is himself or herself exploring the things. The learner becomes the focus of the teaching process. Example, during a story lesson, basically for English classes, student can create their own ending to the story rather than simply answering questions. So the child will be more thoughtful, will be able to analyze the things in a more meaningful manner, and active participation will be there. Experiential learning, we are experiencing the things. Same is with the child also. Student learn through experience and through reflection. The experience he got or she got, and reflecting, right? Whatever he or she has learned, they are putting it forward in front of others. While teaching plants, student can grow plant in a class specifically for science and social science and observe the changes over a few weeks. So it will enhance critical thinking also and analysis also. Now, moreover, dear educators, there will be active participation. Every child will be involved in the learning process. I hope you will all agree to it. Example, in a vocabulary lesson where vocabulary is enriched, student can participate in word building game instead of only copying meaning from the board. So when a child is copying from the board, it's totally rote learning or memorization, which NEP and NCF do not suggest. They tell that children should learn by experience in active participation. So when a child is participating in word building, there is active participation. If you wish, you can click my slides also for further reference. Real life connection. See, CBSE says, NEP suggests, NCF, according to NCF guidelines, learning should be meaningful and the child should be connected to real life situation, because life में जो problems आती हैं, they do not have a set rules and regulations, right? So learning becomes more meaningful when linked to daily life. Example, while teaching money concept, students can participate in a mock classroom market. See, children have lots of enthusiasm if they are given the opportunity. They can buy and sell items using currencies, right? The play currencies which are available in the market, right? So when children experience concept firsthand, learning becomes deeper, more enjoyable. They enjoy a lot and long lasting. And these are the essence of activity based learning. Activity is there, and how we can make our classrooms more thoughtful. Now that we have understand why what activity based learning is, let us explore it and the foundation, how it's significant, how it's important in the primary classes and in the middle classes, right? So we will again dive deep into the importance of activity based learning, why so much emphasis is being given on activity based learning. We will explore it. So let's see importance of activity based learning in school. I Okay, right? So I believe my slide is clear, right? So dear educators, now let us understand why activity based learning is so important in today's classroom. So first of all, activity based learning makes learning process more engaging, because students actively, they are no more passive learners, they are active learners, my dear friends, right? And instead of just listening, they are participating. When children are involved in activities, in games, in discussions, in experiments, they enjoy learning and remain focused, right? So focus is not diverted. It also enhances critical thinking, right? You see, lots of data, lots of information is available on the internet, on various social medias, in books. So they are able to analyze whatever data they are getting. Is it correct? Is it authentic or not? Students learn to analyze, they learn to question and find solution rather than simply memorizing the informations when they are actively participating in any activity. Another important benefit is the development of communication skill, which is 21st century skill, a soft skill. अच्छा communication नहीं हो पाएगा तो the child will not be able to express and will not be well prepared for life. So, through group discussions, presentations, through collaborative tasks, students learn how to express their ideas confidently. Now, my dear educators, activity-based learning also encourages creativity. We all are have different creativities because learners are given the opportunities to explore different ways of solving problem and presenting their understanding. Maybe I can present it in a different manner and you may express it in a different manner. And in this way, what's happened? We collaborate, we think, we become open-minded, and lot many ideas come in our mind. It also strengthens the conceptual understanding. When students learn by doing, they understand concept more deeply and remember them for a longer period because the child is actually actively participating in the process. Finally, my dear educators, activity-based learning promotes collaboration, which I already discussed with you. Students learn to work together, right? Share ideas, respect different viewpoints, and support each other's learning. I'm giving you a very ordinary example. For example, instead of teaching the concept of plants only through textbooks, we can ask student to plant a seed and observe its growth This simple activity helps them to understand the concept in a much better, in a much clear manner. And they do not need to memorize the facts. They will understand the concept clearly and it will add on to their knowledge. They will be much more better learners because activity based learning is taking place. Now, dear educators, what is the difference between, let's move to the next slide. What is the difference between traditional teaching versus activity based teaching? We will explore to it, right? So let's see. As you can see on my slide, dear educators. So if I talk about in a traditional classroom, teaching was often teacher centered. Teacher bol rahi hai and everyone is listening to it, where the teacher speaks and the student just listen, right? Audience. In activity based learning, my dear educators, learning becomes learner centered, right? When students actively participate in the learning process, they are more engaged. Traditional teaching often focus on memorization, that is rote learning, whereas activity based learning focuses on understanding, whether understanding is clear or not, concepts are clear or not, and how we can apply that knowledge or concept in real world situation. Dear educators, in traditional settings, students mostly listen, they are audience. In activity based learning, students participate through activities, discussions, projects, and hand on experience. They are able to observe each and everything in front of them. To be very honest, I will call it a happy classroom because it will not be a structured classroom. Children will be explorers and they will be able to observe and find out lot much more than what we expect from them. Traditional teaching is generally one way communication because we keep on giving instructions, information to the student, whereas activity based learning encourages a lot many things. And what are those things? It encourages collaboration. कैसे हमें जुड़ना है, right? How we can collaborate among students, between teachers and students, because it's a skill, again a 21st century skill, and how we can make it more meaningful. Another key difference is in traditional method may emphasis rote learning. Rote learning was taking place, while activity-based learning helps to develop important life skills. And what are these skills? These are the 21st century skills. One is communication, problem solving, teamwork, creativity, and decision making. How we can take thoughtful decisions in our day-to-day life. So, my dear educators, there are 4 C's which we generally call as 21st century skills. And dear educators, what are these 4 C's? They are creativity, collaboration, communication, and um, and creativity, right? So another key difference in traditional method may emphasis rote learning, while activity-based learning helps to develop important skill, which we have already discussed. So as educators, our goal should not be to only help student to remember fact that the child has learned the answer, is is producing the answers and is able to score marks, right? How the child has learned in real life situation, that is more important. For instance, while teaching measurement, a traditional approach may ask students to memorize units, centimeters and meters. In activity-based learning, student can measure a desk, a notebook, a classroom object, a blackboard, right? The practical experience may make learning more meaningful and memorable. So, dear educators, we have understood the importance, the significance of activity based learning and how it differs from traditional learning method or the traditional learning approach. Now, let us explore some practical what actually we as educators can do in our classroom to make our classroom more engaging and more thoughtful. Learning strategies that can be implemented in our classroom so that There is participation, active participation, I will call, of each and everyone, right? Now, there are certain characteristics of effective activity-based classroom. What are these? We will explore together and we will get to know. As you can see on my slide, right, student participation is there, hands-on learning, group work, inquiry is there, and flexible learning spaces. Now, again, let's find out how we can achieve it, right? So, let us now look at the key characteristics of activity-based learning in a ABL classroom, that is activity-based learning classroom. The first and the most important feature is students participation. बच्चा participate करेगा. In an activity based learning classroom, students are engaged in the learning process rather than simply listening to teacher. Child is working more compared to you. The second characteristic is hands-on learning. Student learn by doing. The child is involved in the work. The child is experimenting, observing, interacting with learning material. And this helps to make the concept become more clear and more meaningful for the child. Another important element is group work. There will be time when the child is collaborating in various activities, and with collaboration, what happens? Teamwork happens, communication happens, right? So, communication, collaboration, creativity, and critical thinking, I will say again, are 21st century skills. I repeat again, collaboration, communication, creativity, and critical thinking, dear educators. Activity-based classroom also promotes inquiry. The child asks, the child explores. Students are encouraged to ask questions. They investigate problem and discover answers independently, right? They become more open-minded. Finally, flexible learning space support different learning styles and activities, and thus it makes the classroom more dynamic, more thoughtful, and more learner-centered. For example, if I talk about while teaching the concept of measurement, instead of only solving textbook question, student can measure the objects which are available. So for that, no extra cost will be there, right? You don't have to arrange the resources and it will make the activity more meaningful. Now, dear educators, first we will discover the activity-based strategies specifically for the primary classes, because many of us are taking primary classes, and how we are going to promote it in our classrooms, that we are going to explore now, my dear educators. So, as you can see on my slide, you can also take a screenshot of it because it will make your work much more easy and convenient. What all activities you can design in the classroom. Now that we have understood the characteristics of activity-based learning, my dear educators, my dear teachers, let's explore some practical activity-based learning strategies जो कि हम अपने classroom में कर सकते हैं, and that can be easily implemented specifically in the primary classes, right? So we all know in the primary years, it's the foundations of child's learning journey. Children at this stage learn best when we involve them, right? They enjoy the process and learning becomes more meaningful. They are connected to real life situation. I believe you all will say a yes to it. So the first activity is storytelling, my dear educators. Children love story a lot. Story is one of the most effective ways to introduce concept. कहानियां सुनना हम सबको अच्छा लगता है, isn't it? So it develops our language skill and nurtures our imagination and creativity. A well-told story captures child's attention and make learning meaningful, right? Maybe in a storytelling manner, you are making the child learn lot many things. For for example, let's think I am teaching something on honesty. So instead of giving a long lecture what honesty is all about, the teacher can narrate the story of the honest woodcutter, a very common story. After the story, the students can discuss the moral, predict alternative endings. If you were the woodcutter, what you have done, because it will enhance their analytical thinking also. Or even draw their favorite scene. This develops listening, speaking, critical thinking skills among our young learners. And moreover, my dear educators, what NCF and what NEP suggest that we can enhance critical thinking among our learners from 3 years of age. We need to ask them why questions a lot. What questions को थोड़ा सा कम करना है and why questions को we need to ask more. ना role play, acting करना बच्चा करता है ना मैम मैम खेलता है. So role play allows children to learn stepping into different character and different situation. And what happens? It builds confidence. It helps in improving the communication skill. It helps in creativity. बच्चा ना वो दुपट्टा लेता है and then act like a teacher. And empathy also. A child is naughty in the class. You might have observed your own kids also, right? For instance, while teaching community helpers, students can dress up as a doctor, as a teacher. Many of us are doing it in our schools, isn't it? Police officer or a shopkeeper, and give them simple situation. And such simple activities help children to understand the concept in a better manner. They enjoy and their learning becomes more meaningful and more thoughtful. Now, next is flashcard games. Flashcards we all are using specifically for the primary classes makes revision lively and interactive. Just show them a flashcard and this improves recall. जो टीचर ने पढ़ाया है, they are able to understand, observe, and it helps in vocabulary development, dear educators. For example, if I talk about an English class, teacher can show word flashcard and ask students to form sentences. In mathematics, number flashcards can be used for rapid addition, for subtraction, and for other games also. Now, in various schools, you might have observed, and even if I believe many of you must be practicing in your schools also, there are learning corners. Now, what are these learning corners? They are dedicated spaces in the classroom where students explore, right? The activities in different groups. For example, if I talk about one corner may be for storybook, another may be a reading corner, certain corners may contain puzzles and maths related objects, while another display science objects like leaves, feathers, or magnets. So students can rotate as per their choice and it helps them to learn. Now, picture talk activity, show them pictures, right? And it helps them in conversation also, how we can upskill their conversation. So they observe, their vocabulary development takes place, creative thinking also takes place, critical thinking enhances. For example, displaying a picture of a busy marketplace. Maybe they are speaking wrong, but they are coming up with various ideas. What do you observe? What might happen next? How would you describe the scene? Encourage the students to think, to express ideas, and to build language. Now, dear educators, as Zoom is showing that only 10 minutes are left, in case the session gets disconnected, I will be again forwarding the link because Zoom takes 10 minutes again to restart. So, in that case, you can join again. No need to worry about. Rhymes and action song. Young learners naturally enjoy music and movements. Now, rhymes combined with actions improve memory, pronunciation, coordination, and participation. For example, while teaching body parts, a very common thing, head, shoulder, knee, and toes, they can do while performing this along with the action. So, learning becomes enjoyable. Sorting and matching games. So, these activities strengthens logical thinking, observation, and classification skill. For instance, student can match animals with their habitat. जानवर कहाँ रहता है उनके घरों के साथ. Fruits with their seeds, they are able to identify. Shapes, they can identify with the object, right? And words with corresponding picture, right? These simple activities help to understand the concept, and it helps in active participation. So dear educators, as teachers, we need not use all these strategies in every lesson. As per the lesson requirement, we can select, we can choose. The key is to choose the strategy that best suits the learning objective and the need of one student. You are more observant, you know much more better. Remember, activity based learning is not about making the classroom noisy, it's about making the learning meaningful. When children explore questions, discuss experience, and concept themselves, they do not just remember lessons, they are able to understand the things in a much more and a much clearer manner. And dear educators, dear friends, ultimately our goal is to transform every classroom into a place where children are curious, they are engaged. So now let's explore some of the other activities, right, for middle school and what all we can do. So, dear educators, the activities which we can explore or perform in the middle school are debate and discussions to develop the communication skills and critical thinking of our students. Project-based learning helps students to apply concept in real-life situation. You can click the slide. Case studies encourages learners to analyze problem. Quiz and gamification. Children love a lot and it makes learning interactive, enjoyable, and motivating. Now, peer teaching, right? One child is more intelligent, more confident. It helps in peer and it helps to add confidence, and children learn better in peer. Experiments and demonstrations help students to learn by observing, right? So it also enhances their critical thinking. Finally, research-based projects promote inquiry, creativity, and independent learning among our students. So these strategies, I believe many of you are doing in your class, and you can add on to your knowledge, right, with collaboration. So let us now explore one of these strategies in detail with practical classroom example. Now we will discuss subject-wise activity ideas. And what are these subject-wise activity ideas? Let's find out. So let's see how it's going to help us. One of the biggest thing is that we can use activity based learning in any of the subjects, right, effectively. Let's explore some subject wise activity that teachers can easily integrate in the classroom. For language activities, students can engage in storytellings, role plays, debates, picture description, and creative writing tasks. In the meantime, I'm pasting the link for the certificate in the webinar group, that is activity based learning, right, for primary and secondary. You can fill the Google form and certificates you will be getting in your provided email ID, right? Don't feel worried in case you are getting it in a delay. In mathematics, manipulatives such as number cards, beads, blocks, and geometric shapes help students to visualize abstract concept and strengthen conceptual understanding. If I talk about science, simple experiments, observations, investigation encourage students for learning and inquiry. In social science, if I discuss simulations, that is keeping yourself in the situation, mock parliament, role play, mind maps, activities help students. Art integrated learning allows students to express concepts through drawing, through posters, through models, through music and drama, and it helps in active participation. It makes learning interactive and creative. Finally, if I talk about computers, so these activities involve digital tools, educational apps, videos, quiz, right, and interactive presentation. Example, while teaching fractions in mathematics, students can use folding or pizza models to understand halves, squares, and thirds. Similarly, if I talk about social science, students can conduct mock elections. खुद करेंगे ज्यादा समझ में आएगा, right? Now, practical examples of activity based learning. What are the practical things which we can do, right? and these are for various subjects. So these activities contribute for better outcome. Now Zoom is showing 2 minutes. If it's getting disconnected after 10 minutes, you can join me again. I will put the message in the group. In English classrooms, students can participate in role plays, storytelling sessions, group discussions. In mathematics, students can use real life objects such as coin, buttons, or measuring tools to understand maths concept in a much better and creative manner. In EVS and science, if I discuss about, students can perform simple experiments, observe plants, conduct surveys. In social science, activities such as map work, mock interviews, community surveys help to understand the concept in a better manner. As we can see, dear educators, activity-based learning transforms traditional classroom instructions into meaningful learning experience that actively engage our students and improve the learning outcome. Now, role of teacher in activity-based learning. I think the session will expire, so you need to rejoin again, dear educators. You will be getting 2 hours certification, so nothing to worry about. So let's discuss. Now let us discuss and understand the most important element of activity-based learning, that is the teacher. So in traditional classroom, teacher is often the primary source of information. Teacher is giving you everything. However, in activity-based learning, teacher's role shifts from being a lecturer to a facilitator to a guide and a mentor. The first teacher focus is on guide instead of telling. Rather than providing direct answers, teacher encourages students to explore thinking critically and discover solutions independently. For example, if I talk about, instead of explaining why an object float, the teacher may ask students to test different objects on water and draw their own conclusion. बच्चा देख रहा है और समझ रहा है. Second, teacher play a vital role in encouraging the participation, right? Every child should feel confident, should feel motivated to contribute, to ask question and to share idea. Teachers are responsible for managing collaborative learning, group activity, peer discussion, and teamwork also, right? So, dear educators, while activity-based learning offers numerous benefits, but with everything, there is some obstacles we educators face. Its implementation can present certain challenges. So, let us look at some of the common challenges and the practical solutions which we can take. The first challenge is large classroom. So managing activities with a large number of students, specifically with the primary classes, is sometimes difficult. And the solution is to divide students into small groups and assign group leaders who can support and monitor activities. We need someone who can help the entire team. The second challenge is limited resource. Some schools may not have access to the learning materials which are required into day-to-day learning, right? So, however, activity-based learning does not require resources. Teachers can use locally available materials such as newspapers, charts, bottle caps, leaves, flashcards in their day-to-day teaching strategies. The third challenge is time management. Activities may initially take more time than traditional teaching method, right? Because we need to maintain discipline also. Proper planning, clear instruction, and well-structured activities can help teachers to use classroom time very effectively. And we educators can address this by using different activities and peer learning strategies, allowing students to learn at their own pace, my dear educators. The final challenge is classroom discipline, which I already discussed. Activity-based classroom are naturally more interactive and may appear noisy to outsiders. However, establishing clear rules, assigning roles, and setting expectations by the educators can help to maintain a productive learning environment. Therefore, dear educators, while challenges exist, Thoughtful planning and flexibility can ensure that we are successful in conducting the activity-based learning in our classroom. Now, we have conducted the activity-based learning, but how we are going to assess it, that is equally important, right? So, let's find out how we can assess it, dear educators. So, assessment on activity based learning goes, it's not like the traditional pen and paper test, dear educators. It focuses on evaluating both the learning process and the learning outcome. And one important method is observation based assessment. हम बच्चे को observe कर रहे हैं. Teachers continuously observe students' participation, problem solving abilities, teamwork, and engagement activities during the activities. So, we need to be observant. Another method is performance task, where students demonstrate their understanding by creating, presenting, building, a performing task. For example, if I talk about students learn about environment conservation, may create a model or present a awareness campaign. So, how thoughtful they are, that is very, very important. Right. And rubrics provide clear criteria for evaluating the skills such as creativity, collaboration, communication, and how much content is being understood by the child. Right. So, peer assessment also encourages students to provide constructive feedback to one another, and this promotes reflection and collaborative learning, but we need to guide them. Similarly, self-assessment allows students to evaluate their own strength, right? Identify the areas for improvement and take ownership of the learning journey. Now, my dear educators, another effective tool is portfolio assessment, where students collect evidence, they gather information of their work over time, such as worksheets, projects, reflections, and activity corner, what they did, and it helps us to showcase their progress and growth. Thus, dear friends, activity based learning is continuous, comprehensive, and learner centered. It helps teachers to understand not only what students know, but also how they learn, how they apply the knowledge, and how they can enhance their skill. So, dear educators, this approach makes assessment more meaningful, supportive, and aligned with the goal of NEP and NCA. So, dear educators, we have explored the role of teachers, the challenges which we all face, and how we can find out the solutions regarding the activity based learning. We can clearly see that activity based learning creates dynamic, inclusive, and engaging environment, and that prepares our students for the success and real life situation, right? So, dear educators, moving away, what are the key takeaways of today's webinar? Let's find it out once again. So, dear educators, as we all come towards the end of the session, let's quickly revisit, because reflection is very important. First, every child learns differently. You all will agree. Activity-based learning recognizes and respect individual learning style, because there should be inclusive education as per NEP and NCF, right? Second, learning must be meaningful. Students learn best when they are actively participating in an activity. They explore concept and connect learning with real life experience. Now, the third important thing is activities increase retention. याद ज्यादा समय तक रहता है. Research and classroom experiences show that students remember concept longer when they learn by doing. They perform the activity. And teachers create learning experience. This is the most important strategy in activity-based learning. We educators play an important role in delivering the content. We guide them, we motivate them, we support them, we encourage them throughout the learning process. Finally, small changes in our classroom create a big impact. Activity-based learning not only required a complete transformation overnight. Small, simple activities, discussions, hand-on tasks can significantly improve students' engagement. So, dear educators, these principles remind us that effective education is not about how much we teach, but how deeply students learn, right? It should be a thoughtful learning. Now, dear educators, I would like to thank each one of you from the bottom of my heart for joining me today. I sincerely thank each one of you for your valuable time, attention, and participation. I believe and hope that the session has provided practical insights to you people in order to learn, in order to gather information. Activity-based learning can make classroom more engaging, inclusive, and effective. So, dear educators, we have the opportunity to create the learning environment where students are curious, confident, and are actively involved in learning journey. So, let's come together, continue to inspire our learners, not just to acquire knowledge or get knowledge, but to explore, to discover, and to find out and apply the knowledge in a meaningful way. Thank you once again, dear educators. I would be happy to take any question or hear your thoughts and experience regarding the activity based learning. So, if any questions are there, feel free to ask. Certificate link I have already forwarded. Please stay in the group so that for the further updates, you are able to understand which webinar is coming. Thank you once again from the bottom of my heart, dear educators. You will be getting a 2-hour certification. I believe most of you have generated the certificate. Let's see the chats. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, so much for joining. Thank you, Neelam, ma'am. Thank you so much. Now I am ending the session. Anyhow, if you have any query, you can get connected on my personal window or through the group. Have a nice day ahead. Take care.